My name is Mia Dunlap, and this is the Audacity Show. I want to give you a sneak peek behind the curtains of what it's like for me to curate a life that I love and the journey and how I got there.
What grounds your relationship with fear/failure?
I have a belief about fear and failure that fear is here to warn me, it's here to take care of me in some way, and that failure is a teacher. There's a quote that says, when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I think failure has shown up in different ways to teach me something. And I think fear wants to protect me. And so sometimes what I realize when it's happening is that I say to fear, I'm okay. I don't need to be protected right now. I know you're trying to take care of me, but I don't need to be protected right now.
What's something you're proud of related to your relationship with failure?
I am proud of the fact that I keep going and going and going, despite having had clear opportunities of failing. I call it my fail forward moment, where I stumble and I just make it part of the dance. I haven't had a blueprint to success or what success should feel like or be like. I had a blueprint and a front row seat to what we don't want life to be. And so what I'm learning about failure and what I feel proud of is that I know that it's part for the course. I know that it's part of the story. And I know that it's not here to try to stop me, but it's here to redirect me. And so that's what I love about my relationship with failure. In fact, there have been specific times where I have created an event. I have done the whole 9 yards, invited people, had a photographer, had a videographer, rented a venue, and 0 people have shown up. And so it was a redirection. That wasn't that time for that thing. And I needed to learn the process of it. And so I feel incredibly grateful.
How do you know when to quit versus when to keep going?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. When to quit versus when to keep going, it really goes back to my relationship with my intuition and the way something feels. And not just like, oh, this feels bad, but genuinely and deeply the way something feels helps me to know, oh, this is the moment to stop, or this is the moment to learn something. And so I really rely heavily on my intuition to help me to know when it's the right time to stop versus keep going.
What are some lessons failure/fear taught you?
Fear and failure has taught me so much, primarily how to be kind to myself and how to, what I call, change my dance moves. That I'm sometimes so committed to something that I think that that's the only way to do it. And so what sometimes happens is that fear comes to warn me and tries to take care of me sometimes. And I get to be reminded that it's okay to have fear and do it anyway. It's okay to have audacity and have courage. And that there are other times where I listen to the fear and I honor it. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that thing could go wrong or that being the pitfall. And this might be a moment to stop. And so I feel like I'm always learning and always seeing fear and failure as a teacher of mine versus as something I should suppress.
So Mia, what is something you're currently doing that's scary, but you're doing it anyway?
Ooh. So I am currently doing 3 events across 3 cities. New York, Chicago, and Atlanta. And they are Berries and Bouquet, doing a creative rage room experience. And I'm also doing charcuterie and champagne vision board. And it's scary. It's so scary right now because I am doing something I've never done at this scale before. But I am willing to bet on myself because I see the possibility. And I know that if it's in me, then it gets to come out of me. And I'm ready to birth the thing that feels like the next step in my life. And I feel really purposed in this time. But it's scary. It's scary when people are like, you selling tickets? You're trying to have a big event? How big are you gonna get? So many questions right now. But I'm willing to imagine something different for my life, to create something different.
What are your affirmations for shifting your relationship?
I am worthy of the life that I dream about. And sometimes it'll require failure. Sometimes it might require stopping and recalibrating. That sometimes the fear isn't fear itself, but it's, what does Marianne Williamson say? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And I just got chills. That I'm remembering that I'm powerful and that my words and my mindset and my life get to create and get to really burst out of the bubble of this is the way it's always been to here's what's absolutely possible for you. And so shifting from fear and failure to really betting on myself and betting that even when fear comes and even when failure comes, because they will, that I get to stay committed to the life that I deserve and the life that I'm worthy of. So that's my relationship with fear and failure. And as I learn to embrace it, I'm shifting from fear and failure as bad or wrong, and I'm learning to embrace what they're trying to teach me. And I just offer that as an opportunity for people to continue to learn from the things that sort of we can't control, not sort of, to learn from the things that we can't control and see them as opportunities.